Hi everyone, today I want to talk about communication and why it's especially important for people with chronic conditions and some of the tools that I use to help communicate with my partner and my family. Communication is key in all aspects of our life, especially when you have a chronic condition. It's very easy when you are ill on the inside but not perceivedly on the outside to hide what we feel, how our pain levels, our tolerance for that day are from our loved ones and the ones most closest to us. So for example, you might be vacuuming and you know that today probably isn't the day that you should be vacuuming, you should be resting, you're in a flare-up, you're having a tough time. But instead of resting, you're vacuuming like mad, and then your partner turns around and asks you to do something and you snap at them, you get really angry, you might blurt out or you might break down in tears. You might find it really difficult because you've pushed yourself too far and they're not aware that you've pushed yourself too far, so you kind of end up at a bit of a loggerheads with each other, and that can cause some real issues with not only your partner, your family, friends, co-workers, anything. If you can't communicate to people how you feel on that particular day with a condition that's very changeable throughout the day and throughout the week, they're not going to know how to react to you, react with you, help you or not help you. So these are some of the things that I do to help overcome that communication barrier that I found especially helpful for me and my loved ones. As I said before, I spent 3 weeks at the RNOH rehabilitation programme, inpatient programme. While we were there, we did a lot of discussion about communication, and I feel that going from there was a big milestone in how I communicate with others. I was very much a person that would keep all my problems inwards, not tell anyone about my pain, because quite frankly it was mine to deal with, not theirs, and I didn't want to become a burden and I didn't want to upset them, but at the same time I was upsetting them by not describing how I feel. So something we discussed was the traffic light system. So traffic light system, very simple, so you've got red, amber and green, and on each day I generally will judge where I am on that scale. I might be somewhere in between, but I always kind of judge somewhere between red, amber or green. They suggested while we were there we could have bracelets or necklaces or a piece of clothing that we might wear. So if I was wearing a green piece of clothing, that would mean great, I've got having a fab day. Today I'm wearing a red piece of clothing, it might mean that I'm having a really tough day. But I found these on the Stickman Communications website, and these are the 3 bands. So as you see, the same traffic light system, red, orange and green. What I do, I have these in my bathroom, so when I've got up in the morning, I wash my face and I've kind of thought, how do I feel today? And I pick up one of the bands, I put them on my wrist, and then I just get on with my day. That way, I don't have to say, today I'm feeling this, today I'm feeling that, to every person I meet around my family and my friends. They just know instinctively what colour I am as to how much help I need. For example, if I'm on a green, then the green will probably mean that I'm not going to need a lot of help today, I'm feeling the best I could probably feel. Orange will mean I'm going to need a bit of help, but I'm going to ask you for that help. And red's going to mean I'm pretty much going to need a ton of help today, I'd appreciate it if you would take steps to helping me. The green band says today is fabulous, it's the maximum mobility day, and it's got a little smiley face on it. The orange one says today isn't amazing, but it's not too bad either. So this one is kind of a one I wear quite often, I would say, out of the 3. And finally, the red one is today is tough, tomorrow should be better. And this, although this is the red band and the most kind of, you don't want to be wearing this band, I like that it says tomorrow is better, because what I've learned, especially with using the traffic light system, it's very good to say, oh, I always have bad days. Well, actually, my bad days don't happen as often as my orange days. You might say, well, today isn't great, today's a bit of a write-off, but tomorrow, that's going to be a bit more better. So that is why I'm in love with these. Often over text, if I'm not with family members and I'm going to see them, they'll just say, what band? So I'll just say what colour, just so we're keeping in the loop, and it seems to really help them as well as helping me. If anything, these are what they love, which is why I really wanted to include them, because I think it's really important that when you have a chronic condition that you do consider those around you, so that they can best help you and you can best help them as well. Some of the other things that I am in love with for helping communicate with others my condition are these books from Stickman Communications. Now these are books that have been written and illustrated by a wonderful lady called Hannah Enser, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, and she has EDS, she has POTS, and she has done these amazing stickman drawings. So this one, for example, is, you know, you have hypermobility syndrome, HMS, or Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, when ... And so in here there's all these different things that you will possibly be feeling. I mean, I read these books and it felt really like me. I thought I'd quickly share a few pages. This is from, you know, you have HMS or EDS when you never need maracas. And being able to do something 1 minute doesn't mean you can still do it the next. You know you have POTS when balance can be a figment of your imagination. And what I found with these books is not only were they great for me, almost like a therapy, to be able to read through these and go, yeah, me too, that's something that happens with me, is I'm able to give these to my family and friends, and in a quiet moment they can just read them to themselves, and I don't have to be there talking to them. They can just read a book that really explains my condition, and I have them out on the side, and anyone that comes over more than welcome to pick them up. I mean, every close friend and family member have practically read these, and they'll laugh at some because they are quite comical, and some of them they'll point out and be like, oh, you do this all the time, we do this. What's also really great about these books is there's a bit in the back that explains hypermobility syndrome from the HMSA. I often take these books with me to medical appointments, and I've actually, especially the POTS one, when I was trying to get a POTS diagnosis, I took this book with me, and my GP scanned the page that explains what POTS is from POTS UK. He photocopied this and sent it off with my referral, and this book enabled my GP to try and understand what condition I was trying to get diagnosed. Not only are these books really useful, funny, great for communicating, they actually are true and accurate. But yeah, I found these books really related to me, and they really help with communicating to my friends, my family and my loved ones. I will put all the links to where you can buy these and the Stickman Communication website down below. There are so many things on that website. I have a car sticker from there. You can get information cards, leaflets. So many different conditions are cared for on the website. Hannah's done a fantastic job. There is so much on there, it is worth a look. So I suppose what I really wanted to get across today was that communicating is really key, and I can understand it's really difficult. We've got lives, there's work, there's kids, there's so many other influences other than our health to focus on. From 1 minute to the next, you can't be like, this is how I'm feeling, no, this is how I'm feeling. You can't do that. Something as simple as a band with a colour that you've pre-discussed with your friends and family so they know how you feel is simple. I hope that you could have some ideas. There's nothing to stop you making your own bracelets. If your hobby is beading or finger knitting, why not make yourself different band colours, or if you're not into bands, necklaces or rings or a brooch or a hat, anything that is you. See if that you can incorporate that into your life somehow. And so finally, I just wanted to say to everyone, you know, it's okay to express how you feel. Don't ever feel that you have to keep things inside and you can't say something. Maybe some things you can't say to your partner. Maybe there's some things you can't, or you don't feel you could say in front of your kids, you don't feel you could say to co-workers. That's fine. Find somebody you can speak to. Whether that's somebody on a Facebook group, at a HMSA meeting, you know, your partner, friend, relative, anybody. Just find somebody that you can confide in, you can say, this is how I feel. Please let us know down below, how do you communicate? What is it that you find exceptionally useful to helping you communicate your condition to those around you? It'd be really great if we could get a good little list together, and then maybe I could go back to it in another video later on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you for my next video. Bye.